All right, folks, it is week 11, and I want to get started by asking y'all what you're doing for your Easter weekend. Are you going home to see your family? Are you turning up? What are you doing?
I don't have any plans as of right now. I think the only thing that I'm doing this weekend is going to see my boyfriend and his family on Saturday. That's like about it. I'm staying here for the weekend.
For me, I mean, nothing this weekend. Well, after because I only have classes Monday and Wednesday. So after that, it's my weekend. So today I'm spending time with some friends, but then the rest of the weekend I'm just schooling and doing homework. Nothing too spectacular.
I'm not doing anything for my Easter weekend. I'm going back to St. Marcos, so that's probably something to look forward to.
Oh, you're in Houston right now?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. What are you doing, Cade?
Oh boy. I don't know. I was in Austin yesterday, and I came back today to do some stuff here, and then I'm going back tomorrow. I'm getting my vaccine from Texas State tomorrow.
Okay.
Nice.
I see you.
About that. I'm ready to get vaccinated before I go to Belize, and then I'm gonna go. I'm staying downtown for the first 2 nights, and you know about Degs, but I'm gonna hang out with Degs for a few nights. Take her out to dinner, and then Sunday night, just going over to the Rent's house, cooking some steaks.
Oh, Degs, your friend.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, where are you going to on vacation? Where'd you say you were going?
Oh, I'm going to Belize.
Where I'm from.
Is that really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
Both my parents were born and raised there.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, that's crazy. We're not going to Belize itself, really. We're kind of going to Belize. We're flying to Belize, and then there's an island off the coast of Belize that's called Royal Belize, and it used to be a resort, but now it's just a private island that you can just rent. So we're going there for the week in June.
Wow.
Yeah. Oh my God, I'm so sorry. I don't know why my laptop is blowing up.
Popular.
I don't know how to turn it off. It keeps dinging. Well, someone want to read the question?
Island and stuff. This is a different kind of level. I'm not used to having these conversations. I don't think I've ever been there, but
Yeah, I've never been to Belize either. It's the first time for everything.
Well, that's funny. Well, I guess I'm gonna transition us into this week's topic. We're gonna talk about. Well, I'll just go into the first question. So, the question is, what do you like? Wait, okay, hold on. Let me start over. Share a piece of pop culture you really enjoyed in the past, but now have come to think of it as problematic. Just think about that, Now, okay, what did you like / appreciate about this pop culture? Well, I'll start. Okay, guys. So when it says think about pop culture that you liked in the past and that has probably been problematic now, I think about Chris Brown. That was my man's. That was my crush. Had his posters all in my room when I was, teenager. That was it. He was popular. He's handsome. His voice, his songs, everything. But yeah, we're going to talk about, the more questions after it. But this is just like a warm up to get your brain, thinking. So think about something that you appreciated in the past but is problematic now?
For me, I would say David Dobrik. He's a YouTuber,
Good one.
the vlogger. Yeah. I think just last week he was getting canceled for the content that he used to post, which back then it was like 4 years ago or 3. Like nobody thought anything about it, but now that it's like now in this age, it's like, oh, it's very problematic. Like, why did he post that? And like, why did he do that? And like all that stuff. So yeah, I would say David Dobrik.
That's not the same guy that like does dating advice, is it? Or is that someone else? Oh, that's someone else.
But like I read into that whole David Dobrik thing, and he like I know like one that, I mean, the first one that popped off was that he was like tricking this guy into kissing other guys without him knowing, and like offering to pay him money to do it and then just not paying him. So he would like bait him into doing it and then say he was going to pay him $2,500 and then just not pay him. Yeah. And then like the more recent one where like a bunch of girls are coming out on TikTok about it.
Yeah.
That he like invited them over to this like apartment, and like they got them they were all minors. He got them all like blackout drunk and like made them like kiss guys, and like one, you know, they're denying that he made him have sex with one of the guys or whatever. So there's like a whole thing blowing up about him like forcing people to do shit.
Yeah.
And then just like kicking it under the rug.
That kind of makes me think of I don't know if y'all are familiar with Dawson.
Oh,
but
yeah.
How he got canceled, like older content that he like made like a lot of like racist jokes and stuff like that.
Yeah.
That's something I used to like enjoy watching him, like his newer stuff, and then I heard about you know, all his other videos that I just never watched because I wasn't familiar with him back then, and it's pretty bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's super rough.
Did you have a person, or you were just?
I do have a person. Lily. This is probably going to come out of left field for everybody. So brace yourselves. As a child, I watched the Ellen DeGeneres show religiously with my mom. Every episode. Loved the show. Wanted to go so bad. I wanted to sit in the audience and pull out a fucking new Toyota Corolla from under my seat. Like I was like, I want to go and get TV or dance. I don't know. It just looked fun. And then in like, I want to say probably a year ago, maybe now, that like all the stuff came out about her just having a horribly toxic work environment, like treating her employees like shit, treating her guests like shit, and like saying she would like actors would like thank her for getting invited on the show, and like behind the scenes she'd be like, I only invited you because you were like being a bitch about it on social media, and I did it out of sympathy, and like all this other stuff. So, and then she just like tried to come out and act like she was getting ragged on for no reason. So I kind of lost respect for her in that sense, because she was like, I mean, she was a big deal.
Yeah.
I don't know. She was like the first. I mean, she was like, she made super huge headway for like gay people, like way back. I mean, she was like the first homosexual like female to have a huge talk show like that, and she was super like vocal about it. And then I know her and Obama did a whole thing whenever he made gay marriage legal and all that kind of stuff. I don't know. I thought she was really cool, but then it was unfortunate to hear that she treated people like shit in the background, because that just means she's kind of fake, which makes me sad. But that was the one that came to the top of my head when I was thinking about it.
That wasn't a total left turn, you know. I was preparing for worse. Not bad. Okay, so we're gonna go into the part 2 of the question. For the person that you talked about, you know, what elements of this pop culture are you now reconsidering as problematic? So I talked about Chris Brown, and what made him problematic was, I mentioned before, you know, he assaulted Rihanna, and he went to jail. There was pictures of her. It was just bad. You know, they were in a relationship. I don't know what happened before or what led up to that moment, but regardless of the situation, it was not okay. And it just really changed my perspective on him. And I can't really look at him the same. Like, I try to separate, because, you know, artists have these like crazy lives and everything. So I try to separate the person with the personal lives and the music. But with this situation, it was hard to do that because that was just like so against my morals and my personal beliefs. So, you know, just like, I'm not really a fan no more. You lost me, bud. So I gotta stay.
Yeah, the same goes for me with David, because he had posted an apology about like about the whole situation, but it was like a 2-minute apology. So it was like nothing.
Yeah, I think those apologies
Nothing.
are fake.
Yeah, and then like a week later he posted like a 7-minute apology, but nothing was solved. Like, it didn't seem like he knew what everybody was like telling him. So obviously that lost me, and like lost my respect for him, because he was somebody I liked his content stuff that he did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, like more about that, just because I've kind of like investigated it like you have, and like I've heard most of the stuff from what's his H3H and Trisha, what, I forgot her last name, but those two who do that podcast now together, and they're basically the ones who are unburying David right now, like big time, or burying him, I guess. But they're just like, and one thing that came out like way before the sexual assault and all that other stuff was the fact that all of the reactions were fake, like all of them. He's like, because the whole like squad came out and talked about how they would like do a big thing and he'd be like, all right, we have to do it again. The reaction wasn't good enough. And like his videos, like the reason he was popular is because they seemed genuine, and he just like seemed like everything he touched turned to gold. And he like went to Vegas multiple times. He would go and just like put it all on red and double his money and then leave. And I like read a thing that he lost like $100,000 trying to get that one shot because he didn't fucking get it on the first roll. Like, and he just was waiting to get it on the first roll, and then he was going to film it and act like, you know, like everything he touched was gold. So seeing all that exposed just like sucked, because I thought he was entertaining. I liked watching his like short ass little videos, and they were just packed full of entertaining stuff. So it was a bummer to hear that he was just kind of a fraud. And apparently all of his sponsorships pulled out. Like he had doing deals with Tesla and SeatGeek and all these other people, Audible, like all these sponsors pulled out, like all of them. So like none of them want to be affiliated with him anymore. Like he's getting destroyed right now.
Oh yeah, and like he was selling this like puzzle thing where there's like a QR code in the puzzle. It turns out that's a scam.
Yeah.
Like on TikTok, I was seeing people like completing the puzzle, and they would only get like 25 cents. I would never see anybody get like I don't know how much he was giving at the end, but never saw anybody get the big prize.
Yeah, it was just like, it was hoaxy. It was weird.
Crazy. I feel like whenever the whole Shane Dawson thing hit, I was like, at the time, that was the time whenever he was coming out with all his like collabs with I don't know if you guys know Jeffree Star.
Yeah.
It's like the whole makeup world and everything. And he was doing like those series on like different people. Like he did a series on Jeffree, he did a series on Jake Paul, and like he did a lot of like conspiracy videos and stuff like that. I mean, he was pretty entertaining, and I liked his like vlogs that he made. And then he came under fire for like, he made a lot of racist jokes, and then he did like there was videos where he was like doing blackface, and there was even some comments that he made, I think, on Twitter and in some of his videos about like girls, like little girls and little boys, and like sexualizing them, and it was really disgusting. I mean,
yeah,
he just seemed like such a like genuine person, but yeah, he did that to himself. That was pretty bad.
Well, I guess it's my turn again. Something that I see problematic now about Ellen DeGeneres.
Yeah.
I don't even know if like what I'm about to say is particularly about her, but it's kind of about the fact that it makes it really hard to trust any TV personality after that. I mean, or anyone. Like, I mean, the problem is like people base their opinions off of other like celebrities like that, off of the work that they do. Like Chris Brown seemed like a cracked up guy. Just, you know what? Your next door neighbor, he's funny. It's whatever. He was, you know, he did great work, and so did Ellen, right? And it's just like, and so did Kevin Spacey, incredible actor, great. Can't watch a single one of his movies now and not think about that he's a pedophile. Can't see him in the same light. So it's like, well, something I see problematic about that is that everyone judges those celebrities off of their TV or movie personalities or like, you know, live TV. And Ellen just turns out to be like a total two-face, you know, behind the scenes. And that just like that's just a problematic culture, just assuming the way people are off of the way they act on TV, you know.
That's like, as you were saying, for all people involved with the media, because the camera and pictures can say one thing, but behind that you don't know what's really going on. It's just like, it's kind of
The thing I'm worried about is that I feel like we're not even close to exposing everything that's going to get exposed. I feel like a lot of people are shaking in their boots right now because there are some people out here who are diving deep to like dig up some old shit about people. I mean, people who actually have the time to go back and look at Twitter in 2012. It's a lot of work to sort through a celebrity's tweets who tweets like 30,000 tweets and you find one that was racist or whatever. Like that is, we're like getting the dog sick on him right now, and I feel like it's only gonna get worse. It's crazy.
One thing that I think about, like, because I do want to get involved in politics, or like, if I blow up of something other than that, I am deactivating my social medias and starting new. I don't think people are screenshotting my stuff now because I'm not on the, people ain't too worried about me. So that's what I plan to do.
That seems like common sense. Like if you're gonna pop off, like you really just don't think to check, like maybe I'll go look and see that I didn't say something stupid when I was 8.
Right.
I certainly think about that. I think about that now. I'm like, all right, I gotta make sure I got my ass covered. Just
right.
Facts. Yeah.
Makes you think.
True. What's the third part?
The third part of the question is, what is your approach to this pop culture now? And I'll start. So, not gonna lie, like some songs, I do like Guidance, Chris Brown and Drake is like, it's hard not to like. Or this other song by him, Yellow Beezy, it's like, oh yes. But I don't know how I approach it now. I'm very select, like I select certain songs, I guess. And most of the songs that are liked, like by Chris Brown, it has another artist in it. It's not just Chris Brown. Like Go Crazy with Young Thug and Chris Brown, like it's other people that I think make the song more enjoyable for me. And then it's like a splash of his voice, and I'm like, the good times of Chris Brown. So to answer the question, how do I, approach that now? I just kind of very selectful. Don't really like songs with him by himself in it. And I don't really watch his music videos anymore. So That's kind of how I'm just deflecting. Not all the way to zero, like no, nothing, but just like 95%, just maybe 5% because I'm human, you know.
Yeah. How I would approach, I am very selective with people on YouTube because you never know how problematic they are.
Yep.
Yeah, so it's very selective for me when it comes to watching people on YouTube.
That's the same for me. I mean, like, some of the people that I've liked have like come under fire for so many things now, and it's just like you can't trust anyone. Like, they edit their own videos, they act a certain way to make themselves look better than they probably actually are. I mean, the internet's so deceiving now. It's like you can't really like be a fan of these people because we really don't know them that much. Like,
Yeah.
they just manipulate us to think that they're these perfect people, but they're really not.
Yeah.
Well, to cap off the conversation, I'll say that I'll just approach judging celebrities differently, or I just won't judge them at all. But I mean, it's hard to have like an obsession about one, or like, get excited about one because I don't really know if they're real or not. So I don't know. I think it's just made me more skeptical in general when it comes to what I watch and what I believe. So, but that is our time for the week. Good discussion,